Didn't find patches. That's the craziest thing about Hearthstone now, is so much things are reliant on draw stuff. Like, for example, let's say you draw this card in the early game. This card is complete dog shit if you didn't also happen to draw your weapon. Otherwise, you just played a 1-mana 1/2. So you already, turn 1 going into the game, after the mulligan, if you don't draw this 2-card combo into your deck, totally useless. You're just running bad cards. But if you do draw it, it's crazy insane. So, I don't know why in Hearthstone they decided to introduce so many different cards like this, like Reno, Kazakis, like all of these cards where they're so much more powerful than every other card in your deck. Totem Golem reminds me, last expansion we had the Totem Golem issue where players that had Totem Golem on 2 were just so much more favored than if they didn't have it. Then Tempo Mage with Mana Worm. If you have Mana Worm on 1, you're so much more favored than if you don't have it. And now we have, you need the Pirate and the Weapon. So we're increasing the skill level in Hearthstone, because instead of just needing the 1 busted card in the form of Totem Golem or Mana Worm, now you need the 2 busted cards in the form of the Pirate plus the Weapon. And you need to not draw patches. So it's just tripled the level of skill in Hearthstone. So they're right. They're making it way more skill-based, removing the RNG. But for real though, this is as far as cards go, like the cards and what they do and the amount of times that they say RNG, this expansion says RNG the least, but still manages to increase the RNG in the game the most out of any expansion ever in Hearthstone. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, we're gonna take this guy old school. We're gonna take him back with some classic pre-Mean Streets RNG with the Barnes. Nailed it. Got card draw. Losing by turn 2 and 3 is infuriating at some point. Well, in this current meta, you have the highest percent chance ever to lose by turn 2 and 3. Also, decks have the highest failure rate of all time. So let's say you're playing a Reno deck and you have 5 heal cards in it and you're against Dagger, you don't hit your 5 heal cards, you don't hit Reno, you lose. So you have your 20% chance that your deck just doesn't work and you lose. And then you play any dragon deck, the max amount of dragons you can run is like 7 to 9. So even if you're running 9 dragons, you got like 13% not to hit a dragon, and if that happens, you just lose. So there's so many decks in the game that have this inherent failure rate, so they just have this percent chance to not work and auto lose, which isn't fun. That shouldn't be what's the main stage decks. Rogue, for example, always has had this failure rate, and it's it's been the one deck really that's exists with a failure rate, and now almost every deck in the entire metagame has a failure rate like that. And even if your deck doesn't, if your deck's an aggro deck and it's against a Reno deck, then it has the failure rate of them drawing Reno on 6. So even like the decks that don't have failure rates imposed on them by the other decks that are popular in the metagame. So yeah, currently in Hearthstone, you have the highest percent chance ever in the history of Hearthstone to lose and it be not your fault. Why is Blizzard so bad at balancing? Or why are they perfect at balancing for doing what they want to do? You know, maybe that's what they want. Alright, time to show them how the Murlocs do. Alright, we need double bluegill. Clear the board. Double bluegill. Whoosh. Ah, I got one. It's probably good enough. He's pretty dead. If we're not dead. But we could very well be dead. We have 11 health. We need to find any heal card. Even if we find it, like, this taunt's probably not good enough. He's just gonna over the top me, isn't he? Maelstrom Portal. Cute little flaming. Clear the Murloc. Don't go face. Don't. No, no! Don't kill me. I don't want to die. Damn it. Ah. Heal. Alright, we can gain 2. We can beat Lightning Bolt.
For justice.
Draw that out of our deck so we have a higher chance to find that heal. Anyway, we set up lethal. We healed as much as we could. Score. Played around that lightning bolt. We got there.